Hello everyone. This video is the second part of screener and filters. In this video I will show you a very good strategy and I use it for 60% of my daily trading. I hope you like it. If you do not have an account on the Tradingview website, you will find the link below the video. Well, let's get to the point. Click on screeners list. Choose the market you want to trade in. In this example, we chose the crypto market. Let's remove the right menu so that the picture is clear. As you can see, there are more than 10,000 binary options to trade. Well, let's filter them until we find the right opportunity to trade. First, choose the time frame you want to trade on. You can choose from 1 minute to 1 month. If you still remember in the first part, we chose 1 day frame, but now let's try 1 hour frame. I must tell you something, if your account is free, only 1 day frame will be available to you. You can get a free month after registration. Regardless, 1 day frame is considered one of the strong trading frames, and you can trade on it after understanding the strategy. Well, click on the filters and reset all. Okay, this is the filters interface that we talked about earlier. Be sure to click on all. Choose the platform or platforms you trade with. Since we selected crypto at first, all crypto platforms will appear here. Now in the search field, search for RSI. Choose the first one, which is Relative Strength Index, 14. Change below to crosses up. Previously, we talked about the value 30, but now we will use 50, and we will explain the difference between them. Just type 50 and watch the video to the end. Well, now we have reduced the number of coins to about 200. Okay, let's move on to the next filter. In the search box, type MACD. Make sure to choose a MACD level. Change below to crosses up. Now in the value, choose MACD signal. Now look here, the number has been reduced to about 30 trading opportunities. That's fine, let's quickly review the filters we used before we start in the second phase of the explanation. Well, save these filters as we learned earlier. Let it be RSI plus MACD. Now the number of opportunities available is about 40. Let's choose the pair we want to trade. Let it be against the US dollar. Well, we have reduced the number again, according to the inputs we want. You can choose any currency pair you want, and sometimes you may find currencies that you know and want to trade in. In this example, let's choose this pair. Well, this is the chart for the pair we picked. Remember, you must make sure that the frame time on the chart is the same as the frame time you applied to the filters. Open the filters page again if necessary. The important thing is to make sure that they match. Well, let's open the indicators one by one. Since we used RSI in our filters, we will look for it in indicators as well. Well, do you still remember the settings we put on the filters? Let's check it again. Okay, we applied relative strength index, crossed up, on value 50. That's great. Now on this chart, at this moment, the RSI crosses the 50 line, and that's what we applied in the filters a minute ago. But what's the point of RSI crossing the 50th line up? To know this benefit, let's see what happened before. Look here, when the RSI line crossed the 50th line up, the price rose, and that means it is an entry point, or a buying point. Here too, the price has gone up. And here as well. Well, from this we conclude that the RSI filter has given us currency pairs at a point of purchase over 1 hour frame. If you remember, in the previous video, we talked about crossing the 30 line, but here we changed the settings a little bit so that it aligns with the MACD indicator that we are going to talk about now. Well, to the indicators field. Now type MACD. We can use LMACD, but this might cause some confusion, so we'll use normal MACD and talk about LMACD in another video. Now that we have applied it, let's understand its basics and the way it moves. Well, let's zoom in. The blue line is called the MACD line, while the orange line is the signal line. We'll talk in a simple way, aside from the complications. When the MACD line crosses the signal line up, this will be the entry point, and when the opposite happens, it's a selling point. And here, when the histogram begins to change its color from red to white and starts changing its size to the smallest, it is a point of readiness to enter and wait for confirmation. Once we understand how these indicators work in a simple way, let's go back to the chart and see what happens. This looks great. The MACD indicator is making a cross, the RSI is cutting the 50 line heading up, and in the chart a dwarf buy candle appears. Yes, it is a perfect entry point, and with training you will become familiar with it. Well, while we are still explaining, another green candle appeared, and the price went up a bit. We didn't watch the currency for long hours, and we didn't waste our time looking for opportunities that might not work. All we did was put some numbers on the filters and opening the chart in a few minutes. Well, let's try something else to get you used to this type of trading. Suppose you are trading with several platforms and you are looking for several opportunities. Let's change the RSI value to 30. Let's save it and name it 30. Also, let's change the previous filter to the name 50. But why all this? Because you may sometimes search for filters and do not find any results, so store more than one filter until you find various opportunities. Well, let's quickly review one of the charts. As we said, don't forget to change the chart time to the same time as the filters. As we can see here, this is another opportunity, but it differs from the previous opportunities. Here we used the RSI intersection with line 30, while previously, we relied on line 50. Yes, all indicators are good for entry. When you zoom in on the MACD indicator, you will notice that the crossover has begun. To confirm, draw the support and resistance lines, according to the RSI indicator. We have explained it in a previous video. Well, this is our trading area. It became very clear now, and it was possible to enter and exit trades well. We have two support lines, and this promotes the upward movement of the currency, and in the event of a breach of the second support line, we can stop the loss with a closed candle below it. In the event that the currency rises, there is also a resistance line that we can exit from the deal when it is reached. Let's also see the effectiveness of filters on one-day chart. Here too, there are many opportunities. You can move between the filters that you have stored and look at the opportunities to enter. Well, let's choose any pair again. Sorry, but I'll say it again, make sure the time matches. Well, also another chance here. Okay, let's go back to the filters one last time. Now reset all. Let's search on Ichimoku Cloud. The Ichimoku indicator is one of the most important indicators. Fortunately, this screener is very impressive and contains several indicators that can be filtered. If you want to explain the Ichimoku filter, do not hesitate to comment, and do not forget, the higher the number of filters, the greater the accuracy and the greater the chances. Sorry for the long time, and see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and join our free Telegram channel in the description below the video. Good luck everyone.